You can start here, and now a lot of times I feel like a lot of guard players, when they come into a position where like it's more starting to get like chest to chest, he's past all like the outer guards getting close. A lot of guard players, at least the people that play lasso and spider, like this guy here, they lose their head a little bit, okay? Right? Because and then he just starts, you know, hip escaping and moving like frantically. They don't have like a system once they get close, right? So what I often like to do when people get closer to me is that I'm always gonna go, just push the knee and just put this knee here on the inside, just like this, okay? So that means you just can't get close and pass right now without addressing this knee, right? And usually what he will do to address this knee is like he's gonna go there, right? And he's maybe gonna elevate it and just try to push that down, right? Everyone agrees that's like the normal type of behavior or like a move he will do. I will push, I will go there, and now he will push there to go over my knee, right? So every time we're here, I'm just gonna push, get this in. And as he goes now to push this down, then usually he's gonna elevate a little bit to get over it. There we go. And then when he does this, I'm gonna kick, like push my knee into his like belly here, push it in and then down to the ground. So push it in and down. And see, then we're gonna start flipping him over. Then this hand, usually reach for underhook. You know, so you can hold the sleeve, but from here I like to go for underhook. And then we're gonna start sweeping him over. Alright? So this is gonna be hard without momentum, but if he goes down, go down again. So we're here, I'm just gonna push the knee on the inside, just this little move. Just there, because if he tries to like just go past it without addressing the knee, it's not really gonna work. He cannot really like push himself past this. He has to go over it. And that's the timing where I'm gonna push my knee into him, and then you see it's gonna go on the ground on the other side, okay? So I'm not lifting here like a butterfly hook. It's pushing down, so now he kind of sits on the frames of my knees, okay? Because here, my butterfly hook is heavy and kind of useless, all right? And that's when we use the John Wayne, like pushing in to get over. And now, for example, we can start, because now the hook is lighter. So if he falls direct, we can just go straight up, and of course then quarter mount or start going down for the knee slide. It's good options. But right now, I just want to get him to the side. So there, so he's staying more flat. He's there, he's close. I just push my knee on the inside. He goes over to address it. So as I push in, right? I put my knee on the, like I push it in this direction so my foot can go on the ground. So now both feet are on the ground. It's on top of my knee frame, and then it's easy to just hip escape, underhook, and we start coming up to this side here. All right?
Where's the picture?
Like this. A lot of the times, at least when we're just trying to cup here to go, right, to stop him to posting, but he managed to post. So I go, or sometimes I don't even go without the momentum. I'm here. Okay, let's just go, because I just want to create this, right, the post. Because if he doesn't post, he's gonna at least go to his side, and then a butterfly, and then he's gonna get this like very close road to being swept. So most time everyone is gonna post here. All right. So many options from this post, and this is why I like this move, because I feel like always, even though if I go without momentum and I go on a big guy, at least I get this post here, right? So that's why I like to go in here, because I always get this like solution here. So now I can choose either. Of course, you can always start going for like, going for the shoulder crunch, right? And start working that. You can, of course, go more for like the underhook, and now we have more like a half guard with the dog fight. Or we can do the third option, which I like to do, which is I'll go out, he post, and I'm gonna do like a shallow like hook under here, right above his like elbow. All right. So it's not down by the wrist, and I'm trying to go there to, can also move there to try to sweep as well. And I don't try to go high up either, because I'm not trying to go to the shoulder crunch or the half guard. Go straight above his elbow right there. So what I'm gonna do now is just gonna lift it towards me. And what he's gonna do, like he's gonna pull his arm towards him. And then you see I direct it, cup it, and now I have the arm and the tricep. Remember yesterday for these people who are in a Coast Guard, right? This is the grip, same kind of position there, but now we're in a half guard. So, boom, we have his shoulder there. So a lot of times then, he's gonna put weight towards me. Because if you stay still now, okay, just stay still, and he does nothing, right? We start working the back. So obviously he's gonna do something, and a lot of times he moves into you. And now we have the John Wayne again, but just way stronger because now we have the control of his entire arm, right? And he's super afraid of his back, so he's often put a lot of weight into you. So we're coming here, we can stop. We don't even need the knee, like we can just go. And then he posts, right? As he posts, I just grab like this right under his elbow. I start pulling it towards me, and as everyone does, he's pulling it in. But you see then I cup here and kind of redirect his arm, and now he has no, like he can't get the grip, like he has to like solidify a grip. So in that second I can cup it, and now we have the control over his entire side. And the good point with this is that he's have really no attacks. It's like he is in full defense mode. There's no good attacks from this. He knows himself too that now he fucked up. This is super bad. And then let's say that he starts putting the weight, because if he doesn't put the weight towards me, we start attacking the back. Let's go for the John Wayne. He puts the weight towards me, and we go, and he goes super easy to the side. All right, everyone got that? So it's we can go from the same position, or we can go with less momentum. He's just here on top of me, and then change. I got the post. Perfect. Like this. Pull it towards you, and then he's gonna pull it towards him. And you see I kind of push it in, grab, tricep, he puts some weight, and we go. All right? Right, boom, cup it, go in, and now I'm not, like, for some reason I'm not really getting to the, like, I don't want to work the back, I want to get the sweep, right? And, like, it's maybe have this on the side there, so I'm not moving his arm, I'm not getting him over. So the last thing we can do then to improve this is just go up and grab the belt and move under, right? So now it's just a traditional, more half guard sweep, right? So just move under and boom. So this is like the strongest way of doing this. Like now we should move anybody with this, right? With here, if he's strong, he sits more, like he sits back, and I kind of I start going up, and then he starts going up, so I'm not getting to the back, and can't move him over. Instead, I will go up, just grab the belt, and move under him. Okay? So, we're here, I go, I cup, there, in, up, belt, under. So see, now I can move my knee through as well. It doesn't matter now, I don't need that. Because now we're rolling under him, I don't need the knee lever here that much for like this. I can go here, and then you see I can't even move under him and roll. Alright, that's the second normal half guard roll. And, yeah.
Do you care about punching this arm almost in between my legs, or do you only worry about keeping it tight to my body?
Well, I always like having it punched. It's better because it's. I think the best of it, the reason I have it punched, is that he can't grab my lapel. Because I want to avoid this, because this is going to make everything harder to do, right? Even with the belt, because he kind of can push and have some. I'm not as tight to him. It can be very annoying, right? So for me, obviously, it's way easier because now it's easier to hold this grip, because now he's not using his lats as much. He's more using his shoulder or his rotors. If he tries to use, like, pull his arm back, like if I'm here, and see now I'm fighting more, like it's going to be way harder for my grip. So I punch there and hold it away, because if he tries to use now, it's like he's super weak. So he pulls, this I can hold for quite a while, right? And it's easier to go up and go straight for the belt from here as well, right? Because he's like looking more towards me, not, see now it's a further away to get the belt here. So, but the most important for me with this grip is actually that he can't grab my lapel, right? So that's why I like to always punch it. He's weaker, closer to the belt, he's more rounded towards this side I want to sweep, and he can't reach my lapel. So there's a lot of good things from having it here, right? So up, and now I don't need a knee lever. I can just keep him tight to me, bring him on top, my hip escape under him, and then easily rolls over. Right, any more questions or? Okay, it's good. 1, 2. I can at least always do, right? That's the one move I feel like I can always do from here, is that I can't pull him on top of me, but I can stretch out. I can always move him with my own hips. So stretch him out, and then when I come like flat, I'm gonna do shrug up, shrug him up so he sits like this on my shoulder. All right? So that's just the basic of it, and we're just gonna do that for now because that's really is the hardest part of this, at least if you're a little bit of a beginner. So if this takes a little time to get, that's fine, because this is the worst position to, if you don't know deep half guard, it's for some reason one of the hardest position to teach if you don't know it. It's not the most advanced position. Once you learn deep half guard, the sweeps is not that hard, but like getting into the deep half guard and learning it for the first time is, at least for me, and I think a lot of other instructors, one of the worst thing to teach. So if you find it a little hard, that's fine. So you can either use your knee here, right? Push through, get the underhook. We can go here with the knee lever, posts, use that to get the underhook, go under the leg, and then you're gonna use your entire body stretching him out, and then shrugging him on top, and we can stop from there. You can't stand upright. Like we can always, like he's pushing maybe a little into me. I'm not like you see, I'm not bending his foot. He's like resisting. Like think more X guard, right? I can always get other feet on the inside to build and push him further away, right? We don't have to come up on the first initial push, right? So if I'm here and I'm like, I'm feeling he's working in towards me. Are you okay?
Yeah, that's good.
He works in towards me, like pushing towards into me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, going into me. Like trying to put weight there and I can't get up. You can always put your feet in, right, and start pushing him away, just like in X guard, right? And start coming up. Another application to this, we're not going to do it now, but I'll just show it, that it's like from the waiter sweep, right? So now we're using the hook under here and start going. I hate often going for the waiter sweep because they can attack my foot. I don't feel like I often get up in a good term compared to a lot of other half guard sweeps. So I often go to the waiter because then I can elevate and go back to this. So sometimes then if their base is a little further back and I can't get him up, right? He's sitting further back. I will go for the hook, go for the waiter, change my knee in, and go back to this kind of sweep. All right, just for the people that, some people do deep half and do waiter. I also go to waiter, but I always hate sweeping with a waiter because I feel people often attack the foot. It's like, how many people have done waiter and it's like being a shitty way to go up. You suddenly come up in X guard or single leg. Oh, you get the sweep. But for me, if I don't come up on top in a good position, I'm not going to do the sweep at all. Like it's not, for me, it's not any point on, okay, I get the sweep the half guard to go up to an X guard. Then I'd rather, unless it's like 20 seconds left in the match and I'm okay, I'm just going to go ahead and ride, then I'll do it. But it's, for example, if it's the beginning of a match, I'm not going to go up to go in an X guard for 10 minutes, where the risks are far worse if I get re-swept, right? So, alright, so that's like the, I don't know what to call that sweep even, but I just call it the sister sweep from half guard. Now, I'm going to go to the half guard and do, so, more when things go to shit, alright? Or for me, as I said, this is the best part. So, most of the times, okay, I'm fucking up here, and what happens when you fuck up usually is that they're going to underhook me, cross-face me, and sprawl. Alright? So this is kind of like been my bread and butter for many years now, is that I try to force this position. Alright? Which doesn't make sense in for most people, but for me has been like, this is how I won most of my tournaments. So, first off, he has cross-facing me, so I have to care about the knee slide, right? That's why you see my body is angling on the right side now, right? So I can move my hips here, but if I pass my top angle, 90 degrees angle on top, to the left, he will knee cut me hard and it will be bad, right? So if I go here now looking into him, there we go, the knee slide, and this is very hard to recover from, right? So go back. So I'm here. This hand under his thigh makes it hard also for him to change his knee to the side, and also my body in this direction, right? This hand under also lets me because I don't want to turn this direction the other way, so I overcompensate by leaning this direction, which exposes my back, right? If I just, okay, he's not gonna knee cut me, but obviously now he's gonna take my back. And that's where this hand comes in, because now I can overcompensate this direction to stop the knee cut, but if he tries to take my back, most of the times he's gonna sweep himself. He's not gonna sit while I have this hook here. So now we kind of like acknowledge his best attacks, and we kind of nullify them a little bit, okay? The knee slide and the back take, right? The knee slide, then we turn to the side, and then we nullify the counter to that, which is the back take. We're having this hook here. So now he's cross-facing me and sprawling. So what do we do for now? All right, so I'm gonna take this lapel here. Sometimes it's loose, sometimes it's not. We're just gonna start digging for it. Might take some time. If they have like in my division, some people have a very, very big belly, and then it's gonna be hard to get the lapel sometimes, but it will get out. Out of the times, if I can't get it out, I will just grip it, because he's gonna be pressuring and put pressure, and that's gonna like, you see, that's gonna like cool it out for me. So at worst case, if I can't pull it out, I'll just grip the lapel and let him like cross face and move, and then it's gonna yank itself out as long as I hold it. Okay, now the lapel is out. I'm gonna take it over, give it to my hand, like this. So now I can move my hips here now to create space for, this can be hard here, but see I can move my hips, but as long as I move in this angle, I'm still not turning into him too much, because he can still try to knee cut me, but it's gonna be hard, at least now with the lapel as well, protecting my back and the knee slide. So I can move now, see I can shoot my hip out to get space, to then grip the lapel tight, don't have like a sloppy lapel here, grip it so we have a good grip. And now I actually feel really good, because now he also stopped kind of like everything he can do to me. Like all arm attacks is nullified, back takes, knee cuts. There's nothing really he can do to attack me from here, right? So now he keeps, like, as I said, he's here. He's putting pressure, he's sprawling, he's cross-facing, right? That's what you want to do in top half guard. So what I can do now is that I can get my hand here on the other side and I will grip his knee on the outside, okay? I'll grip just the outside of his knee on this side. People know and people see. Grip on the outside, and now we have the golden position. So now, the harder he cross-face, the more pressure he puts, the easier it will be, right? Because I will just start turning a little into him. I'm gonna open and bump, turn around, and I usually, like the golden position here is that I will grip the back of his head here and put my forehead to the ground. This is like a gi cradle, kind of, if that makes sense, with the lapel, and there's no way he can, like once I put my head to the ground, there is no way he's going to move before I move. So if he tries to move, yeah, most of the times, Max, we realize that this, it's nowhere to move from here. The only way he moves is when I move. Okay, I get the point, I have the side control, and then maybe I'll start working, and then releasing and having the control. Okay, so again, we're in the deep half. We fucked up. He unhooked me. He cross-faced. He sprawled. Perfect. So this is what we want. We get the lapel out, over, right? And now, see, I can move around here, getting my it's hard to just put it in, but see, I can use my hip, get the lapel. Now it's room to get my arm on the outside. I grab the outside knee. I start can face a little bit in towards him. Open up. I go. Turn around. Grip. Forehead to the ground. And now we wait until he stops basically squirming around before we go any further. And he will most likely give up after a couple seconds there because he realizes it is nowhere out. So, there, he has cross face, he has sprawl. Rappel, over, give to left hand. You can even see I can use this hand here. I can hold the lapel because if he's squeezing me, and because his job is to separate my arm from my body, right? So I can use this lapel, his knee, to kind of like use that as a wedge to keep my elbow tight and move my body to my elbow, right? If, for example, he's here, and now it's hard to reach the lapel. Move my arm, like I can't move my arm down, but I can move my body to my arm, if that makes sense. And then, see, a little thrust, change the lapel, arm on the outside, go, turn, and wait. One more time, or we try? Let's try. 1, 2.